Bulavinaka, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emmeline Spring again. I am the current Senior Relationship and Sales Officer for Customer Service Center. I would just say AKA Team Leader Customer Service. I will be presenting some, I'll be speaking on the role and the current products that the bank offers to locals and foreign investors. Something that we cannot be compared to commercial banks. We're one of the local Fiji local banks. Apart from HFC, HFC has gone on to be a commercial arm, but currently we're still we're currently a statutory body of the government. So most of our projects are government initiated, and we have subsidies and other grants in place to assist projects, especially in the development of Fiji. The current purpose I have for this seminar, I'll be speaking generally on the roles and functions of FDB, on the products and services available with FDB, how entrepreneurs like yourself can be assisted through FDB, and normally the impact or the failures that we have seen on some of the foreign investment projects that we would like future investors to actually improve on. Just some of the a few roles that the bank has and its functions. We provide financial assistance to promote economic development. We encourage the development of natural resources. We promote enterprise, small, medium, and enterprise businesses. We also pay special attention to the development of rural and agriculture. Currently, more than half of our portfolio is agro-based. So that is one of government's directive for the bank to actually to align ourselves in terms of agro. We continue to assist and support the government in its development projects, especially for disaster rehabilitation. When we have the floods and all, we do provide assistance under the Reserve Bank of Fiji arm to rehabilitate the projects. So these are some of the, our roles and functions in terms of developing projects in Fiji. I'll discuss on the first loan facility that we have. It's actually agriculture. The mandatory requirement for agriculture in Fiji for the Fiji Development Bank is to obtain a lease, an agricultural lease. This agricultural lease you may have in terms of you may have a joint venture with a local leaseholder to set up your projects, but these are some of the areas, the products under that facility. We assist in horticulture, grains, pulses, livestock, dairy and poultry. We in projects like as land development in the terms of farming, the agricultural land, in terms of land purchase in relation to agriculture development. We also assist in land subdivision for agriculture, construction of farmhouses, purchase of farm vehicles, machinery. Under the agriculture arm, we also have fisheries or fishing included as part of agriculture. So in agriculture, we offer land to fishermen for boat and engine, for accessories and onwards. We provide loans to sugarcane farmers, whether new or existing, broiler industry, with small chicken farms and all, and in terms of forestry. We have another facility, for the agriculture facility, the limit, the minimum is 1,000 and it can go up into the millions. For SME, it's a bit different, or small and micro enterprises, the loans are up to a maximum of 500,000, but still a minimum of $1,000. These are the areas that we currently provide financing on transport. So those are taxis, hire cars, trucks, RSLs in the terms of contract transportation in Fiji, distributive in terms of middleman, delivery, storage, wholesale retail, canteen, and so forth, restaurants, services. So those are the services that we also provide assistance on, repair shops, fuel. There's a wide variety of businesses that we have, but what we have limited this product to, it's excluding a lot of money lending businesses, because we do not know how they off-lend their finance to. I hope I'm not confusing you on anything. The next facility that we provide is in terms of corporate loans. Corporate loans, those same subsectors outlined under SME is assisted under corporate loans, but those are loans greater than 500,000 to the millions. I'll explain on the cap on when we come to another page in terms of the million lending maximum that we can off-lend to. Other loan products that we have the import substitution and export credit facility that's available to local and investors. Export credit facility. We have a sustainable energy financing facility and seed capital revolving fund. I'll just go in just a brief explanation on those. The import substitution and export credit facility, or we call it ICEF. This is an initiative, or is currently one of Reserve Bank's facilities that has engaged actually the commercial banks, and even the development bank provides this. But I think in terms of the commercial banks, I'm not trying to market our product. In terms of the commercial banks, I don't think they, most of them are providing this feature because of the interest rate impact. It's just 5%. But we are tasked to actually promote this facility on the current rate of 5%. It's just the aims: export finance, advance the competitiveness and ensure the availability of credit to the export sector, and also improve on the current import substitution in terms of growing what we are currently importing. So, for example, one of the examples are potatoes that people are growing locally, just to reduce the number of imports that we are currently doing. So these are some of the features that the facility has. Interest rate is 5%. Term of loan, there's a maximum loan term of 6 months, but you have the ability to roll over up to 5 years. So, and the maximum loan, it shouldn't exceed 1 million. But if it does exceed 1 billion, we always have to sort RBF's, Reserve Bank of Fiji's approval on the same. Export credit facility, this is an initiative in partnership with the Ministry of Industry and Trade. This is to boost the export sector in Fiji. It's actually open to the new and existing business holders. The interest rate is quite lower than the ICEF facility. It's actually 4%. There's new equity requirement. The maximum term, we have improved this current facility from the usual term was 6 months. There's no ability to roll over as per the ICEF facility, which is why it's sort of at a disadvantage that no one actually taps into this facility, but there is funding for it. So what we have tried to improve on is we've increased the maximum term of the facility to 1 year, with the maximum loan of 500K. Before, the maximum loan was only 200,000. So we've tried to make it look more attractive to exporters so that we can also offer this facility, since the funding and all is with Ministry of Industry and Trade. Sustainable energy financing facility. It used to be on its own prior to last year, but Reserve Bank has approved its inclusion in its ICF facility. So for any projects, the eligible technologies you may see, coconut oil fuel, hydro, solar, energy saver equipment. These are eligible entities are individuals or farmers, micro and small business partnerships, as long as it's a business related project, you can utilize or even request funding for the same. Like I've said, it's available at ICF financing at 5%. If you want to use the normal term loan on sustainable energy, you don't want to go through ICF, the interest rate is more favorable if the project is less than 50,000, because then you are entitled to a subsidy, government subsidy. For any loans less than 50,000 in the bank, you are entitled to a government subsidy of 6%. That's only in Suva to the west. So your interest rate below 50,000 would be as low as 4.2. So a few people have opted to go on the term loan if it's less than 50, because they will get a favorable interest rate. Individual financing, currently our interest rate overall is from 4.2 to 10.2%. We have, this is currently in Suva, we have gone as low as 2%. Our branches in the north, they are under a particular pilot program called the Look North policy. This Look North policy, most of our clients, even foreign investors, are getting more favorable interest rates, better than Suva, as low as 1.5%. The maximum limit as for the ICF facility, it's 1 million for SCAF. SCAF is generally, it has been in the bank for the last 15 years. We have never really promoted this facility because it's actually a revolving fund. We've got a pool of funds now available from those projects. This SCAF is a seed capital revolving fund. It used to be available to the indigenous Fijians and Rotumans. But now, given that we have a pool of fund there, this project is only available for forestry and tourism related projects. We used to have it for fishing too, but fishing funding has been suspended. So with SCAF facility, it can be used to meet applicants' cash contribution, repaid without interest, that portion that SCAF portion. In terms of forestry, the limit that the bank can offer you is 162,500. That's the limit we can give you as a loan. But that is excluding the SCAF portion and the SCAF contribution. Normally there's a 65 to 35%. So, and for ecotourism, there's a we are limited to 65,000 per applicant. But that's also excluding the SCAF component. For the annual turnover exceeds 100K. For the ecotourism projects, as long as the annual turnover exceeds 100K and you're in line with the application to that 65,000, you can apply for that loan. But in terms of these two facilities, for forestry, you are to arrange or organize a business plan, and you will have to formally lodge the same at forestry department. Once you obtain forestry support, that application will come to the Fiji Development Bank for us to finance in terms of giving that grant. Same thing for tourism, you will have to go Ministry of Tourism to get their full support, because like I said in the beginning, we are always supporting government initiatives which will eventually contribute to the economic benefit of the country. The local shareholding ownership should not be less than 51%. That is one of the requirements for this facility, SCAF. These are areas, business areas that we can offer lend to in terms of sole trader individuals, or you can set up cooperatives. You can have partnership or trust with local owners. We have joint ventures, and we also accept limited liability company. But as individuals, and you have no business, if you're an individual and you want to get sort of personal financing, we do not offer that. As long as it's business related or agricultural related, we can assist you in the same. That's a picture of one of our officers on one of his fishing client expedition in Navua. These are the important factors I wanted to elaborate on our limited lending. Our limited lending, we are limited to a cap of 18.23 million per borrower, including its related businesses. I would give you an example of a local one. If we, for the Carpenters Group, if one of its subsidiary companies is coming for a loan of 10 million, and another of its subsidiary companies, maybe the finance or the hardware, comes for another 20 million, that's already 30. We can only on-lend to the parent company and its subsidiaries to only 18.23 million. The thing is, Reserve Bank, we have, well, one of Reserve Bank's regulations is that we shouldn't off-lend to more than 25% of our current paid-up capital. So, but that 18.23 million, I would, share with you this afternoon. It's actually 15% of that 25%. So you still have a 10% leeway to request for a high amount. But if, on certain occasions, we see that government fully supports the idea or fully facilitates the project, and there is an impact to the economy of Fiji, we can maybe extend our arm to that 25%. But above 25% of our paid-up capital, we will have to sought Reserve Bank's approval. So we can actually off-lend to 25%, okay, 25% of our paid-up capital. But that's 18.23 is only 15%. It doesn't, there's no restriction to asking more, but as long as you get government's full support on your projects, you may have leeway, the bank might have leeway to give you more. Okay. In terms of majority shareholding control, for non-residents, it's currently the ratio is 3:1. So banks are only entitled to give like 75% to non-residents. But on some rare occasions, we have increased that to have a 20/80 ratio, but we will need to sort Reserve Bank's approval on that too. But like I said before, if you have government support on your projects and it impacts the economy as a whole, then I don't see any problem in your project being considered. Okay, I will discuss now on the past failures which we are now being improved. This is basically in terms of some of the investments we have, huge investments. One is due diligence. In terms of due diligence, we've had problems with, in terms of credit checks from reputable companies from overseas, but in light with our partnership with Investment Fiji, I guess they're supposed to, when you do get your certificate, registration certificate, we hope that they've also done their due diligence in order to avoid us actually going through our accountants again to do the same. So we believe and trust that Investment Fiji, once it offers its registration certificate, that the same is done in our future projects. For the environment, in terms of the forestry that I've said, I know Fiji is going green. It has a Go Green initiative, but local government and even the government of the day has its own environment departments where they have vetted the projects properly, And I mean, in the end, they have fully supported. So when they do come to us, in terms of environment, as at 1st of April 2014, we are requesting that all our projects, whether small or big, provide environment assessment. In terms of bigger projects, environment impact assessments. And for small projects, we have just a small form. Small projects, which is the SMEs, we have small forms that just for them to fill out in terms of how their business affects Fiji as a whole. The third one is cost overrun in projects. Most of our projects, I would give an example, hotels, shipping. Most of our projects have gone, lack the technical expertise in terms of proper assessment in their projects. So most of the projects have gone, have cost overruns, and we are obliged to give them further funding that is to offset whatever we have off-lent to them. So these are the three areas, the key areas that most of we are currently improving on in terms of future big projects. Okay, so thank you, and I hope I haven't confused you more.